Hi, I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, police are investigating a body found on Interstate 24 in Chattanooga. Authorities responded to the ridge cut around 6 p.m. Wednesday. Witnesses on the road at the time say a man dropped from a bridge that crosses over the highway. Police have not yet released a cause of death and say the investigation is ongoing. 2 people were killed in a crash in Murray County Tuesday night. It happened around 7 p.m. on Highway 225. Authorities say a car drifted into the opposite lane and hit an oncoming truck. The driver, 27-year-old Katrina White, and her passenger, 44-year-old Rodney Parker, both died. They were from the Calhoun, Georgia area. The man driving the truck suffered minor injuries. The grocery bar has opened on Chattanooga's Southside. The former Enzo's Market is now less of a traditional grocery store and more like stations of food that can either be eaten immediately or taken home. Daniel Lindley, the former head chef of St. John's Restaurant, has engaged a handful of local cooks to start up what amounts to 6 new restaurants in one space. There's a pizza bar, soup bar, juice bar, salad bar, cheese bar, and more options. And instead of offering a dozen different brands of the same product, the grocery bar will focus on 2 brands, an inexpensive option and a recommended option. The store plans to celebrate a grand opening at the end of next week. If you're traveling for the Independence Day weekend, get ready to pay. Gas prices for the holiday are the highest they've been in 6 years. AAA predicts the national gas average will be just below $3.70 a gallon. That's about 20 cents higher than last year. A convicted murderer in Dalton, Georgia, has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. The sheriff's office says it all started at a McDonald's parking lot in June 2013. Records show 48-year-old Frank Bozzi rammed his truck into a van containing his ex-girlfriend. He then drove to the house where the woman was staying, broke in, and attacked the owner, Richard Morgan, with a baseball bat. Then he hopped in his truck, ran Morgan over, and dragged him 30 feet. Morgan died from mechanical asphyxiation or breathing in car exhaust. A truck driver for Koch Foods was electrocuted while he was unloading grain into a silo in McMinn County. The sheriff's office says 63-year-old Bill Dougherty died after the boom on the tanker he was driving made contact with power lines. The end of the truck burst into flames. Others on the scene were unable to remove him. Police have arrested 3 gang members they say robbed a pizza delivery man in Brainerd. Domino's driver Michael Crump was delivering pizzas to an address on North Germantown Road on Saturday, but the house turned out to be empty and padlocked. He was set up, trapped, and surrounded by 3 masked men. WRCB reports one of the men hit him with a gun and asked for money and food. Crump says they took his phone, $8, and the pizzas and let him go. 2 nights later, the trio placed an order to the same address, and this time, instead of pizza, they got the police. Now Ephraim Leslie, DeMarquise Dillard, and a juvenile suspect are all facing charges. Finally, Chattanooga firefighters rescued 5 UTC students on the Tennessee River Wednesday. A student called 911 around 1 p.m. to report the 5 were paddleboarding when they became trapped by the current. Firefighters helped them all make it safely to shore without injuries. Turning to weather, today will be sunny with a high near 87 degrees. The low tonight will be around 63. That's it for today's newscast. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news all day long at timesfreepress.com.